So telling a big story is only part of which just setting a foot inside your right? But the ultimate power of what we do is an execution. One the no illusion that I can forever be the number one player unless I continue to work. And more importantly, execute on what it comes. Execution is the key. Everything that I've done is like be yourself as they within the business. Don't try to be somebody else. And do it within your own value system.
आज हम हैं महेश जी के साथ. He is the founder of Bigdot, which is a fintech super app available for financial services. And now I would like to know through Mahesh ji himself about his journey and experiences. Thanks.
Thank you, Diksha. So, Bigdot is actually built for the small businesses, never businesses, government for businesses. Charity, a happy small business leads to a happy economy. Everybody knows that. Governments worldwide are trying to empower the small businesses. But मैं करें कैसे? Because small businesses are not actively looking for something like this. So you need to first educate them, aggressively wake them up, and then offer that these services. So Bigdot is built with that in mind. Personally, I have been building solutions for the bottom of the pyramid. The really small guys. And I've been doing it for more than a decade now. So I understand a thing or two about and I build solutions for the small businesses and bottom of the pyramid people in US, UK, China, Canada, Kuwait, many countries. So I bring that experience to the table when we building a class. So yeah.
Right. So आज हम समझते हैं कि then what is the help at so many businesses. But I'm sure ideas are very simple and very direct. तो मैं जानना चाहूँगी कि exactly Bigdot शुरू कहाँ से है? How did you get the idea? And how did you
Perfect. So, I have been spending a lot of time in the Middle East and Africa, trying to build solutions for those geographies. So what you thought, the governments they are moving away from oil-based economics to services, because the demand of oil is on the decline. So they have their own, like their vision documents. The way, for example, had a vision document for 2020, which says they want to make the way the happiest city in the world. And now, उनके भी parameters थे. उसमें से एक था कि if they want to empower the small businesses. So ये चीज़ तो हमारे दिमाग में थी. Now, कई बार क्या होता है, there are certain incidences that trigger the whole flourish. So my investor and friend, his name is Markish. He's now an investor in a company. On the point where they will make our breakfast. We did not catch. So we went from shop to shop, as many as 70 shops. Who would give us any shop? We wouldn't take payment by card, we couldn't ever help this. Your updated asked if they can accept card. So we had to back us. And later it turned out that he cannot accept card basis as well. So he was nice enough to let us go and we paid the next thing. But there was a figure point, there's a huge void in the market. And so we thought, okay, let's because we are doing this in other countries for other solutions. So we decided, okay, let's start take for this all services, primarily focus on the Middle East and Asia. So most regionally, the problems, for example, there's a very Arabic-driven market, very low penetration of technology. Africa is very good internet penetration, actually, but no money. We really sell money, but they don't speak English. So those are the idiosyncrasies of that part.
back? So I do understand that this market has potential and it command. I know biologics is what they said. But getting into these markets is really that accurate. So what footsteps, what strategies did you embrace and you did to get into these? It's because obviously opportunities in areas like Africa, the phone, Dubai, instead of spaces, I don't know. People don't want because first the acceptance then it especially in creative stays a lot as great as the fully began see. And also apart from that our real network hardware have next does not fit very because we worship the startup programs and other admin programs are centric with either in the country itself or in the west side of the country or in some other planet. So is there any suggestion with specific action plan towards the management vacancies as to get input in what's where opportunities to it?
See, the without beers, we want to solve the problem first. I'll take McDonald's as an example. At the end of the day, they are basically selling burgers. But they don't sell it direct. They go through franchises. We are trying to certainly small businesses. Although these small businesses, if you go with them direct, they go with your job in very frequent. So we go to those partners that they already trust. Who can't have banks, who fast process. So you pitch the idea to those banks, to the generals, tell them that this is what the benefit they can take. That they take this idea and their own trusted relationship and they pitch in these small businesses. And that's how the other week is when I came to buckets. This seems to be a very obvious idea. But there are people who are already doing it.
But the inspiration part, I believe in that because whatever government is saying, whatever facts are there, also they have a not for space for questioning people for not trusting or constantly because your government is our distinct veteran, it's not a backlash. I mean, they're not throw the bucket, it's all about it. So I believe it is really tough at the execution part. Is there any specific challenge that you would like to highlight?
Well, see, the payment industry is a very standard industry. Scalable your problems and the governments are really facing. One is that you go to them with your good product. In our case, we are going to address a problem that they will already face. So when you show them that this problem that you're facing can be solved with my platform like this, then it becomes a very easy set. One thing with a realization was, it is not that you are the people, when you were the startup. As an if you think about RPU partnerships, right? There are so-called very big players who are looking for solutions. And in the times, today's times, okay. In the good old days, the big fish used to eat the small, right? But in today's times, it is the fast that eats this world.
Oh.
So the dynamics have changed, So you go to them with a story which is fast, quick, which is delivered all these parts. Then they pay attention. That's how we'll be today and get the page.
There is an interesting question that's come to us. I don't know that. Since I'm talking about getting it with the market, pitching it in the right way, and building a solution that is centering to there from like the government. So is there any incident where you have exaggerated your something about your startup so that you could get attention, whether investors, government, or any stakeholder? Is there any incident where you have exaggerated your startups? Like you realize that I'm exaggerating it, then that it must have like it worked for yours.
Okay. Do you like to watch movies?
Yeah. That's
I mean, when you go and watch a movie, you're looking to, what you want to look at a larger than life character, right? You like that hero who is much bigger than what we see on the stage. So a startup founder has to be a really good storyteller. Why? Because along with the product, he's also carrying a concept which people are not yet seeing. If you tell it in the team manner, they will not clearly understand it, they will not take it. So you have to dramatize it, you have to exaggerate it a little bit, but within the scope where you can actually back it up with action data.
yeah.
So I think it's not just me. Effective. it's fairly fair for a startup pointer to exaggerate and beautify a story with otherwise nobody's going to listen. And when they're listening to this story, one other thing I realized, I heard it in a program that I participated in. You know, these decision makers, they run tailored, they're really tailored and outlier for discounting your store. Now, doing whatever is not real or whatever is thing they're raising this wisdom of future assumption, they will already discount. So it's fair on both sides.
Okay, since you mentioned that it is not injury, but people that view or the founders should be able to storytelling, or maybe like should explain their story pattern. That it's different. So for legend, okay, there must be people like it and have experience in the same industry. Once you try to live in the space, and not and have to work in a phase. So how do you make sure that you think your detail was in that? And that really work make this company face 5 year old is to do it. Fine.
Okay, so I think a big story is only part of it, just getting a foot inside it, right? But the ultimate power of what we do is an executive. And I am under no illusion that I can forever be the number one player unless I continue to innovate. More important is execute on top of your plans. So execution is the key in that. And in that aspect, I have a very I'm very fortunate that I have a team that share the same dream that I set out with. Having a strong team that understands what we are trying to build together is essential. You can have the best idea in the world, the best story, best. You have seen many companies booked apart because they couldn't back it up with proper execution. So in that respect, I think execution is the key, and I'm very fortunate that we have a team that executes and that I execute on the community.
Yes. Since you mentioned about the execution and the innovation, during this journey or during executive weeks, we made a lot of job visitors and a lot of many mistakes. Like we was learning step. So is there any incident or is there any decision pattern in which they made and or a provide winner make it present the bird this?
See, the way we are trying to solve this problem, it's a big puzzle that we are trying to solve. And in that process, sometimes if you also do a million small businesses in a country, then you will scale very fast. Imagine like something like WhatsApp. All it does is say, okay, you need to pay like 50 cents for a subscription for the whole lifetime. Suddenly you see the subscription grow. So, of course, the other time, we are in a position, because we are a fintech, so we are in a position to offer part of the payment services on our ground. And we did use that mistake. But we realized that when we offer those services, we are stepping on the toes of the banks to our partners, right? So if you do something which is in conflict with their interest, suddenly your journey stops or slows down. So we did that mistake and we quickly withdrew because then, we need to make sure that our partner wins. If they're winning, then you're winning. And that's it. So, everybody makes those strategic decisions. But fortunately, we will do it first and let them lead the way, keep all the commission that come out of the digital transactions. So we can focus on expanding our fund share.
So I see why done regulate and why think there is a lot many ethics and values involved in, or why in the way but is this there and that. So is there any ethical diet in there that you have produced, and is there any suggestion around that ethical diving that you would like to share with our audience?
Yes, I mean, see, as a founder of the companies, you build your companies around a certain value system. I mean, I believe in diversity. I believe in inclusiveness, and I really believe in it. And what the reason why I believe is because coming from where I come from a small town, around me I've been supported by a multitude of people, irrespective of their color, their creed, their ethnicity, of their religious arrangements. So when I was building this stuff, when we are building Bigdot, there is a certain bias towards the certain nationalities. American, if you go to some of these meetings with American or a white state person, you get a lot more mileage than but I was strongly for that notion because we want to build a company that is exclusive. So when I go to a meeting, the people are representing us are purely representing us based on the merit or the value that they bring in irrespective of the law. Or so as a cyber founder, we need to create a value system, stick to it. It works. And I can tell from my experiences works really well. So let's not be in a hurry to capture the market and in the process dropping your whole values.
Moving ahead, I would like to know if we talk about your team, since you mentioned execution, innovation, and lead, is the real time mindset that you've had exact as well to this extent. So, were there any incidents where I have to network, say, either co-founder or team that got or somebody who we really want to have in team, but couldn't because there was some mismatch, or maybe one with them interest, vision, or mission paying, then one that third?
Letting go people's work. First of all, you want to have a happy set of people around who are aligned with what you want to do. You cannot expect everybody to have the same dream that you started with. So there are a lot of very key employees who are some point of time decided not to work with us. And as a policy, I follow a zero notice period policy. In our organization, if you're working with us and you want to leave because you've got a better opportunity, you're welcome to leave, just maintain continuity. You can find a replacement, contain them in 5 days, 50 days, 30 days. But beyond that, if it is hurting your personal growth, we'll manage, we'll let that go. So I personally have never stopped anybody from making career decisions for themselves. That's one thing. Actually, when I started Bigdot, I had a co-founder. And I kind of pulled her into this because she had been with the previous 2 companies. But then she found something which was bigger, better, and what she wanted. She left. That was emotionally a very tormenting time for me. But again, because that has to, you can't really have everybody, the same thing that you got. So, yes. Now, when you're hiring people, is one of the most complicated things.
Yeah.
Once I was hiring for this very important position, this girl, she came for the interview. She was extremely courteous. When she would even be crying because she was out of it. So I was a little surprised and I was like, there's something wrong. So I realized that I was going to go in face with what did other people. So I asked her a simple question. I said, so how many different ways you work for my company? And she said, she looked around, she's like, sir, maybe 200, 300 people. So I said, okay, no, we are a small company. The rule that we're sitting here, the 4 people that are sitting here, that's on my team. Not in the early days. And I went to get myself a coffee. When I came back, the girl was wild because she wanted to work for a bit. So those environments are important. You need to have a team which really, really believes and are really ready to go through the grind. Let's get in the started thing.
Oh, let's make that this. So, the letting people go is obviously very flexible, but it's a different part of the equation, right? I wanted to know if there is any piece or any part of the team which you have to remove because those right that it right it's harm so reduce the company. And so white have to be cautious enough to remove that part or can you remove that teammate. So that, and that is very difficult. In that is it would be easier, but that is a very different part of that question. And how do you handle that context? Because if you are making somebody for, we have a big type of presentation approach to stay with you. Because these are the like real life situations we have into politics and you know, all the even with a force attack, there was any tender they're going to be.
Yeah, I mean, see, I got our inspiration on from how I feel as well. It, when you're building a team, no matter how well or superstar you are, if you fill in the position that you are, if you are short of a star bowler, you know, you've added a you buy a one bowler in the team, not you. So that alignment is of course very important. But also the other example that I use for my team is that you're going from, you know, let's say you feel take it's a bus that you ride, and the bus will be parked. And then the person who is sitting in your bus, the ultimate destination is that every 5 kilometers will be like, you know, oh, I'm in the wrong direction. And it is very important for for you to stop the bus. Tell them that if this is not your direction, that you will take a different bus. Because this person will to this destination and you know, you will, even though you are a very good passenger to have in the bus, but this is not your destination. Just today as we speak, we have a employee who will be leaving us, not unhappy, but because he wanted to do something different from what he's doing here. And I could not offer him that opportunity. It goes both ways. But having a misaligned employee in the team is not good for you, not good for them as well.
So, misalignment also is a lot of conflict. So, I would also like to know if there is any way in this field that you have faced, and if there is any suggestion for the founders around the legal disputes that they might face. So, is there any suggestion around the
So we are now called Bigdot, right? But we used to be called a subsidy before this. And this time I paid by hand, although we have a trademark on subsidy. Now the dilemma I had was, should I fight for the fight or should I make sure that I can focus on the idea? And means you can name your best. If the idea is good enough, you can call it anything. You call it whatever it was said. What my suggestion to anybody is, so yes, you do not want people to run over you. You of course got to keep your priority kind of keep your band. But you need to carefully weigh if you want to spend your time in a legal dispute or you want to spend that time on your idea, building your idea. That balance is, we chose to drop the knee and focus on the idea. But will I wait for in all possible situations? I don't know. So it don't depend, but the thing is, ultimately it's about the idea and the execution. That is the most important. If you can keep your focus on that, then you decide whether this is, if somebody sees my idea, I'll go after it like nobody's business, that. But if this case it goes after idea, it was the name, I'll have you do it better.
Okay. So, as you mentioned, it is not in these stages that you are in to dispute a bit or like more of the people is maybe your seriousness very passive transactions. These are the dark things. And waiting has started by there are so many dark things that you go through. And you realize that time that light is like very in the journey. Would you like to share if you're not the rating? What was the darkest film to make? Why bringing the startup the other way?
One of the biggest challenges that every startup guy would probably face is money. So, when we were building this company, that you were faced where we were funding this business. We did a project with a government, government department in UAE, and we were expecting a lot of money. So to support the business, I was buying a lot of personal, liquid cash, putting it in business. And there came a phase when government was taking the money, and I ran out of cash to the extent that I did have money to pay for my daughter's fee next week. It's a real thing. So I was actually trying to, try to get my contract to release the money. And they were, and his hands were tight. So for about them, that's when the worst thing that can happen, right? Anyway. So when I was in the discussion, we disconnected the phone. The gentleman, his name is Ajwal, he called me back right after this. And he said, wife, I need a bank account. I need to pay you some money. And small money will not have solved my problem, right? And I said, Ajwal, that was not what I was looking for. I need you to release my money. And he said, I just give you a bank commission for this. I take care of your worries. Without me asking for it, we funded my next month's operation. With I pay my people, I paid my daughter's team. So while I had the darkest moment where I was so anxious, I also saw the best moment of my life, where I was going asking for help. It was not a job to ask me like this. And I got even funded my whole operation for the next one till we got the money released. So those things happen, as startup founders, we also have this habit of exaggerating our miseries. We see the apple best here. Oh, we'll see where I got hurt. Those things happen, they're normal. And for a startup guy, one has to kind of be ready for those things. It's one embarrassment here and there. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, talking about agriculture, I have a very interesting question in my mind. And have you ever misled a customer, investor, or any stakeholder to get the deal? Have you ever done that? Like misinformed, partially informed?
No. I'll tell you why. The cost of that is very high. When you're building enough people who are investors, most likely your friends will have it. When your employees see you being big this, that creates some cultural, with the new culture. The cost is it's definitely not worth it. I guarantee. Just an honest operation. It's not because you are trying to be, not with that. It is good for your business. You get very nice to that, very learn. And you will see, just like people are there to help. People want to help you, just a big state.
Yeah, I think that...
I'll give you one example, very important. So we were trying to build some people just before this show. We didn't have money. We were working in Mastercard. So MasterCard was asking for a $1 million deposit for us to run the program. And we knew all along that we don't have the money. So the founder of the guy was at the founder, or the founder. They kept telling MasterCard that we have the money, but you know that. And we kept investing. What they were investing in the program, we were investing. And we didn't have the money. We were hoping that the money would come. Kept up to a point where we had to literally shut down the company. So I personally reached out to MasterCard. And I said, I think we don't have the money anywhere with us. And they said, no, but it depends that you have the money to run your business. And give us $1 million deposits. They shut up. They said, so they said, that's not like. They really want that $1 million deposit so that we can run the roads. Says, allow us to run the program for 3 months. And because if you don't allow us, we support small businesses. Allow us to run the program, support us, and $1 million deposit they wave from. And we will take company and then successful company. So those things happen. So there's no point that you got.
Really invest?
Yes. Misleading is doesn't happen.
He mentioned about the visa, right? And the RTO, you were mentioning about the leveraging based data. I just wanted to know how they do that is they get these deals, like they have huge deals, big players, they are small startup, getting started in it, these are the international reason. How did you grab these deals? And how is what are the initial steps to get to you think players?
It comes down to the same thing. You need to execute. So what happened is we started with us getting into a relationship with commercial bankers. They just wanted us to do a small finance program. So that we could get this successful in across the rollout of Bigdot with us. So we were delivering our test. We were busy delivering our test programs. Then by that, when we was, they are constantly scouting startups who have the right ideas, who want to, and who have the sincerity to deliver. So in a way, they discovered us rather than we approached them. So the learning that I had was that in today's times, if you are a startup with the right idea, don't be surprised if bigger players, they discover things. Because, as I said, it is the past that keeps the source these days. So everybody wants to speed up their, innovation by partnering with startups or doing something right. That's how we could.
Isn't it? And I am also interested about the programs and we want to and want what you be forward to. And what would be your suggestion for any startup about and like how do they get to these programs and probably personalized the answer so you've been informed and like the domain that you're about.
So one of these programs that I'm a part of that we are very, very fortunate and proud of that is MBRIN, which is a program run by the Ministry of Finance, DVD. It's called Mohammed bin Rashid Innovation Fund. So where they pick, total of 20 companies from across the globe, which will see the effect on the way you go. Okay, that's a very, it's purely based on what kind of effect and innovation you are taking out to the country. Because these countries are now trying to be at the top of innovation. So I'm part of the program, huge learnings. I never thought that, there's so much to be learned from experts. Every week I learned so much and we implemented our business. We've been saw that. Even the programs that you run at BIC. So my suggestion would be that, don't underrate the power of mentorship. It really helps because while you are trying to build your business, there are so many obvious things that you miss. And when people who come and they willingly provide their external help to you, it is really very good. So I really when it was cool.
Jane, and we just mentioned about mentorship, right? And we go and have somebody there where there are so many mentors and vice versa. So I would like you to know who is your mentor, who is your inspiration, and what is the one advice that you have received from your mentor that you've still in? It's very close to your body.
Say, my mentors are not from the business space because, mentorship is a very fundamental thing. You need to keep. So I have multiple mentors, so to say. It's people who are successful in life, not just business. But if I have to summarize everything that I've done, it's like be yourself as a will in the business. Don't try to be somebody else, and then do it within your own value system. Because the moment you go up and you start trying to be somebody else, act like somebody else, talk like somebody else, that the whole thing, the World Cup and entrepreneurship and startups that you have an idea to original. You give up your original commission yourselves. Like everybody else, it doesn't have. That's what I will advise that people what they're not part of the business space.
And what is the one advice that you would like to share with all of us that is very close to your heart?
Well, I would say, be yourself. You are just as a startup founder, you need to understand that it's your idea, that you are the hero of the story. So when you put yourself in that position, suddenly a lot of things become very clear that you have to, the buck stops at you. That you have to be ethical, that you have to be this. And you know what, the biggest thing I would say is, it's not your show, it's your team show, So all my ideas, all the innovations, when people talk about it, I don't look at experts for innovation. I look at my team, so they are very well research, and they bring in innovation to our company. So don't discount the how I fit.
And I myself have personally experienced and all these others that you have It's like you're very good at networking and very living on it. So I'm sure you must have done this from the experience that you and I. Or I would like to ask if you have this little art of networking with with people earlier also. So how do you do this and you learn what are the observations that you would like or maybe suggestions that you would like to share with us for the networking especially because I think it is said also by somebody that networking is equal to network is equal to networks. Like go that.
Okay. So, and Bono was a person in the power of networking.
Yeah.
And I look a couple of things. So one, of course, is that when you network with people, you network with the objective of learning in that. When you talk about gaining from the network, it could be a lot of learnings that we said that get no point there as well. I like to engage with people because that's that, if I'm traveling, I prefer to stay I prefer not to go to the obvious because that you're confined to a certain set of people. You go out in the open areas, you observe people, you not compare. However, there's another aspect of network. Many times, people look to it when they're looking for investors, they read their own network. They say, oh, not only I'll come with money, but I'll come with the network. That network maybe works as study because that network is not directly aligned with your business. So my idea of networking is you reach out to people, from simple objective of learning from them. And then you will see that they will also bring in ideas to you, investment too. And sometimes they bring in value by referring and employing to you, etc. But be ready to walk away with nothing as well. Just start talking some business. For bouncing the old one.
True. I just love native fish. So weapons, watches, what damage I would make me with my Bigdot stairs and go web that actually the hopefully was and be like what waiting for that test of that. And I want to welcome towards when you use Bigdot in the coming years and what are the key strategies that you have been playing? Not obviously got that and not even end up at a greater manner, but in just a game. So what kind of strategies you look forward to, what are the market that you look forward to? And where do you see Bigdot in terms of numbers?
Okay. So, Diksha, let's say you're riding a scooty. Scooty, if you tell somebody I'm riding a scooty and I'm going at 60 kilometers an hour, people will believe it. You say I'm going 200 kilometers an hour, people will laugh at you.
Obviously.
If you're riding a Ferrari and you say I go 400 miles an hour, people will believe it. Bigdot is an idea that can be converted to a unique. We believe that we can be a unicorn as an idea if we execute. We have everything going first. You have to execute, to make it a unicorn. So we're taking a baby steps. We all do it from where we started. We have really 10 times our valuation at this point, and we are hoping to further triple it in next 15 months. Valuation is purely, based on how much market you capture, what's your go-to-market strategy. So, but as an idea, we are a unicorn idea. If we fall short of that, that will be a disappointment for me, for other investors. So that's all what we think.
Thank you so much, amazing for job with us today. And I'm sure our audience would love to know about your product and what the experience with product. So you can find HD's product at.
If you need to contact me, please reach out at Mahesh, MAHESH, at bigdot.fi. You can also reach us on our WhatsApp support number, which is +91 99 990 11275. Thank you so much, and we see you there.